some really exciting stuff. Fillout just released a public beta with SmartSuite, so they now integrate. Fillout is a fantastic form building software. There's a ton of different things you can do with it. You can update records directly within SmartSuite. You can create multiple records and multiple applications from one form. So what I'm going to show you just really quickly is how you can create a purchase order or an order form with multiple line items. So the one form will allow you to create your order record and link all of the line items that go along with it. There's a ton of different use cases that you can do with this type of functionality. Again, it's a public beta, so I'm sure there's going to be a few little bugs and tweaks that are going to be fixed in the near future, but really excited for this one. A couple other things you can do. You can create a record right in SmartSuite while also initiating a webhook from Fillout. So that allows for a bunch of different automation and functionality there. It's really endless what you can do. You can, like I said, you can update records, and there is a just ton of stuff coming through the SmartSuite and Fillout pipeline, and really excited for this one. So stick around, check this one out.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Zach Stevenson. I am a business processes and no-code consultant. If you have questions about streamlining your processes, send me a message or book a free consult using the link in the description below.
Okay, so here's a quick demo with the new Fillout and SmartSuite integration. So what you can do, if you go ahead, create an account at fillout.com and log in, you can create a free account and you can get started right away. So what you will need to do, you'll have to set up the initial integration. It's pretty easy, straightforward. If you click the new form button here, it will ask for the integrations. If you click connect, and you can select another integration and you can select SmartSuite, and it will push you through the authentication process. You will need your SmartSuite API key, and you will need the workspace ID as well. So you can find that up in your SmartSuite profile. You click API key, you'll get the API key there. And then in the URL at the top, and you probably can't see it the way my screen's recording, but it will say app.smartsuite.com/. After that first slash, there will be, I think, an 8 alphanumeric code, and you'll need to drop that in as well. Again, pretty easy, and it will get you started. Once you're in, you have a lot of different functionality that you can start creating and building with. Once I get this opened up here, I will get started. So I pre-built a app, and I will do some more detailed videos in the near future here, but I was just really excited for this release and wanted to get something out there so everyone kind of gets started, for those of you who are not familiar with Fillout. So here, what I have is just a very simple order form. What we're going to do is we're going to have a record and an app for your orders, and then you're going to have a app with multiple records, or depending on however many line items you have on the order record. So you got orders, which is going to be one record, and then you can have X number of line items within that order record. And then we're also going to link it to your customers. So this is maybe not a real use case, but it could get you started and thinking down the right direction at the very least. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build a form that initially asks for the order information. So who's the customer and what the order number is. And then we're going to ask for the line item, however many number of line items you need on that order. So my thoughts in this use case, what we could do is, let's say you have a certain number of customers, you're a B2B business, you have maybe a manufacturer, and you have your regular customers that order from you. You can provide them with a custom order link. So I will show you what that looks like here. And what we will be doing with it is pre-filling this Fillout order form. So here, this is the link to the order form, and we're going to pre-fill it with the customer information. So then what we can do is we can send that link to whoever the customer is, and they'll have their own custom order form link. When they go to it, their customer ID will already be associated with the order, so they don't even have to enter it. They'll just have a unique link that they can go ahead and start ordering from. So I'll give you a brief walkthrough how that works here. So what we're going to do is we're going to submit an order for this company one to start. So it's working on opening up the pre-filled form, and in the URL, it enters the pre-fill data. So you can see here, it brought in company one, in the order form. So it's linked it to that customer. They can put in their order number, purchase order number, whatever way they identify the orders that they're submitting to our company. Then they go ahead and click link to line item or add line items, or you call it whatever you want. They can put in the part number, select the due date for that specific part, enter the quantity, and they'll hit submit. Because I'm recording the video, it's a little bit slower than normal. It's usually fairly quick. Let's say there's another part that they're going to order along with this purchase order. They can select that again, select the order date or due date for the order, the specific part on the order, submit that as well. So now you've got it linked to the customer back in SmartSuite. You got the new order number. So that's going to show up in the orders app, and then the 2 line items. So when you hit submit, it's been completed. If I flip back to SmartSuite, go into my orders, you can see here that it has linked the customer. It's added the multiple line item and the order number here. So I now have that in my system. I can set up any additional fields. However, I need to go through the rest of the order process, maybe do that from line items, and you'll see here how it's created 2 records for us here. So you can see it's created the records, the due dates, it's defaulted to the backlog status, quantity, and so on. So from there, however you want to set up your system, you're basically free to be able to set it up any way you want. There's a ton of flexibility that can be done. And I'll flip back to Fillout here, show you kind of how I got this set up and started. So when you first make the authentication, you'll have to create or select the initial app that you want to start in. So in this use case, we started with the orders application. So we started there. So that's what this form here is completing. And then down the left side, you can see that there's pre-filled. It pulls in the fields that are within SmartSuite. So you can quickly be able to select the fields that you want to add from Fillout back into SmartSuite, and it's already done there for you. So it makes it really quick to build. As you can see, we'll do that with the line items one. I'll show you, for example. So on the left side here, it says that there's line items. So it's found the linked record field. I can click on it, bring it in, and then it gives me the flexibility to do whatever I want. I can add default values if I want. I can choose that it can add on multiple, which I do want to do because I want there to be multiple line items that can be added to this order. I want the user to be able to create new records within my system. I want it to only show new records. So that's very handy. So if they click add, they can't see existing records that exist already in the system, which is a very elite feature. And then I can click this edit record creation form. So this is where I can customize basically that kind of like a secondary form with the original order form. So this is where I can customize my line items form. So there's also different logic and button display features, advanced functionality. There is a ton that can be done with Fillout. If you're not familiar with it, make sure you check it out, because now the power of being able to integrate this with SmartSuite, basically the sky is the limit. There's so many other things. As I mentioned, there's like the pre-fill capabilities. So if I go into settings, I believe URL parameters, this is where I can add my URL parameters. Here's the different integrations that are available. So I've connected to SmartSuite as my database. I mentioned at the intro of this video that I can create a webhook. So I can have both of these be basically turned on at the same time. So it will create records in SmartSuite. If I also want to initiate a webhook, make a call to Zapier or make a call to Make or whatever the application or API that I'm connecting to, I can integrate there and set that up here. And yeah, it makes things very, very powerful. I've used Fillout a fair bit already with other applications, but this new integration with SmartSuite has me really excited. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for many more. I'm going to get into a few things at a deeper level and probably start kind of from scratch and how to go through each step. But as I said, just got news that the beta was released today, and I know myself, I was waiting for it, and I'm sure a lot of others are as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.